guys, what's your preview for this? And what do you think is going to happen? Like, who has the edge in this matchup? Joe, let's start with you.
Believe it or not, I think I'm going to take Pac Show in this one. And I say this because even without Devontae Adams, who's going to be missing this game because he caught COVID, and I guess he hasn't sent back any negative tests in time for this game, so he won't be playing. It looks like his stats without Adams have been pretty good. He's actually thrown 15 touchdowns and 0 interceptions since he's had Adams as a teammate and he hasn't been on the field. So that combined with a Thursday game, short week, Kyler Murray is a younger quarterback than Aaron Rodgers. So I think experience plays big on Thursday night on a short week. Aaron Rodgers has done it more times than Kyler Murray. It's an evenly matched offensive matchup. But if the Packers defense can't capitalize on the fact that this is a short week and that the offense in Arizona could potentially be slower, it could be a shootout. But I'm going to take the Packers, assuming that their defense will be at least a little bit competent on Thursday Night Football.
Brooks, what about you? Who you got in this game?
I'm a big Aaron Rodgers fan. That's a bad man right there. But I'm gonna have to go the opposite way, man. Even with even with the news of JJ Watt being out for the year with that shoulder injury, I still got big confidence in Black Yoda, Kyler Murray, D Hopkins, literally my saving grace as a fantasy football team owner, team manager, whatever you want to call it. I mean, that connection right there is amazing. This Cardinals team is literally, if they're not the best in the NFC, they're one of the best teams in the NFC. I think they continue to roll that momentum. I think they get a big victory over the Packers, sans not D-Hop, but sans Devontae Adams.
Man, you just mentioned him right there, and you guys both made a lot of good points there. But you got to roll with the Cardinals. You got to roll with the Cardinals. I love what Aaron Rodgers is doing. Yes, he is a bad man, but you know who's the baddest man on either side of the football field, especially on Thursday? It's going to be that wide receiver whose name is D-Hop, wearing number 10. He can catch anything, and you know what? This season, we haven't even seen DeAndre Hopkins really go off. He's had some very good games, but he hasn't had that one game where you're just like, oh, that's why he's one of, if not the best receiver in the entire league. I personally think he's the best. DeAndre Hopkins makes some amazing catches, and I think this is a prime opportunity for them to just get him the ball in any situation at all. Like the Packers defense, they played well in certain instances, but this is the same team that allowed a lot of points to Detroit. This is the same team that got exposed against the Saints, who, all respect to Sean Payton, Jameis Winston and company, and Alvin Kamara, but they're not a juggernaut offensively. So the Packers have, I think, for a very long time relied on Aaron Rodgers, and that's the old trope about them in the playoffs, obviously, as well. But I think when they're going up against an offense that is this good, they got to show up on defense, and they got to find a way to stop somehow D-Hop, AJ Green, who's playing very well this year, and Kyler Murray, who is like just an insane football player to try to defend. He's in a lot of ways different, kind of like Lamar Jackson. I think but like that's the only real comparison you can make as far as like the direct impact he makes on a game. But there's too much for the Cardinals in working in their favor for me not to take them. I think this Packers defense is going to get exposed on Thursday night.
Hey, man, it's going to be a good matchup. I'll tell you that much. But I think the Cardinals are definitely due for an L. Like, they're not going to go 17-0. And I think this is a very good opportunity. If they win this game, they're going to be the team to beat, at least, looking to, like, at the playoffs. They're probably going to be the team to watch out for. But like I said, don't count out Aaron Rodgers. Experience is going to play big. It always does in these kind of short week games. You really start to see who's mentally super tough regular season wise. I don't even think Thursday night football is stupid, by the way. I think it shouldn't even be a thing. These guys are like 70% healed from the previous game they just played, which is why I think a guy like Aaron Rodgers can take advantage of that, where he can get those, maybe those quick little free plays and throwing some people off. But like we said before, defensively, that's really the only question mark. It's always been for Aaron Rodgers. He's had shitty defenses time and time again. So it all comes down to who scores more points.
Absolutely. Just last question, wrap up this topic. Do you guys think the Cardinals have what it takes to run the table? And, can they really keep up with what a lot of people expect of them and the expectations that are set for them now? Brooks, why don't you start us off?
No.
Okay.
I don't think they're going to go 17 and 0.
I was about to say, no. Done. Yeah.
Bro,
I mean,
16 and 0 is hard. 17-0 is damn near impossible. Nah. Cardinals, they're special, but they're not that special. They're not gonna go 17-0. Just period.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Nah. The thing about the Cardinals, man, I need to see it for a whole playoff. I need to see them dominate. I need to see them dominate the rest of the season and then start doing it in the playoffs. I'm not really, because the Steelers started 11-0 last year, and look what happened with them. I'm not buying into it but let me make this clear, though. These Cardinals are better than last year's Steelers, 100%.
Oh, absolutely.
But I'm still not sold on them. I'm going to take probably some more experienced teams before I go with the Cardinals.
In the regular season, this team can go, 15-2. This team can go 14-3, whatever. Like, they're going to have an amazing record by the time it's all said and done. But one thing I know as a Ravens fan, just because your record in the regular season is great and you win like a hell of games in a row, it does not translate directly to playoff success. It's a young team. Get there and let's see what they can do. I hope they go do well, but I'm interested. I'm not going to believe them I'm not going to say they're not a Super Bowl contender, but I'm not going to go out and say that they are a top contender until we see what they can do in the playoffs.
Last thing before we get off this topic, please. Kyler Murray, the last quarterback his size to win a Super Bowl, I believe, at his height, I believe, was Russell Wilson. So it's been some time since we've seen a short QB really take the cake. So correct me on that if I'm wrong, anybody, because Russell Wilson is like 6 foot, 6'1".
Kyler Murray is 5'10".
5'10". And how tall is Kyler Murray? He's like
I think he's like 5'9", 5'10", something like that.
So we haven't seen a small quarterback really pull it off, and
Shout out to the short
Wilson.
King, man.
Hey,
Shout
man,
out to the short king.
Shout out to the short king, man. The heightism, all right? The heightism.
Not to say he's not talented either.
I'm not saying that to you. I'm saying the heightism that has existed in the NFL that robbed Doug Flutie from a Hall of Fame career. All right, that made Russell Wilson a 3rd round pick. That made people question whether Kyler Murray was going to pick football over baseball. Like it is, man. If you can throw the rock, you can throw the rock. I think we've figured that out by now. I hope we figured that out by now. Thanks for watching this video from Real Take Sports Talk. Remember to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you get notified whenever a new video is released. Also remember to check out our live show every single Thursday at 8 p.m. right here on the YouTube channel. And remember, keep it real.